Hi guys, I'm Silverwolf and this is a video for Daria Sound, who asks what happens when you drop a Furby. Now I'm not actually going to drop any Furbies, so if you come here to see that, yeah, you're out of luck because I'm just not going to break my things. So basically what happens when you drop a Furby? Well, it's difficult because it may break, it may not. It depends from the height it's dropped. If you drop it off the roof of a house, it's going to smash. If you drop it from where you are stood up, it depends on the sort of how it lands and the age of it and things like that. So I can tell you the likely things that will happen if you drop a Furby. So I have here 3 Furbies and they're all pretty much the main models. I have missed out the Funky Furby, but the Funky Furby is probably similar to this one in the middle. Again, it's kind of it's quite a sturdy thing, but it's not. It would still sort of break. I think out of all of these, the sturdiest one would be the one in the middle, which is the 2012/Furby Boom Furby, or the Furbacker. So we'll start with the 90s Furby. So if you drop a 90s Furby, it's likely that it will probably kind of go into a loop. That's what Daria said. I think she said, I can't remember, I think she said she saw someone on YouTube who dropped a Furby and it went into like a loop. Because the gears have all kind of like jiggled about, and you can fix that hopefully by restarting the Furby. If you literally throw it with force, obviously it's going to just break, but most people would just kind of like, the Furby might fall off the table, or you might be stood up and accidentally drop it or whatever. So they tend to sort of roll. The ears, these little plastic things on the ears here might sort of snap or something like that. The most likely thing that would happen with one of these is that the gears would sort of shift about inside. Maybe something inside it would snap and it would stop working, because they are quite old. I mean, they were released in 99, so yeah, no, 98, sorry, they were released in 98, so they are quite old now. I mean, you know, they're like 30 years old. My math is terrible, but yeah. So it's likely the plastic will have become brittle with age. So that's the most likely thing to happen with them. With these ones here, again, there's the gear issue. There are round shapes, so they might roll. But it's likely that something will happen inside, something will shift around, the gears will mess up. I think that they are probably made more sturdy than the originals, because the originals, certain parts of them are quite delicate, like the beak mechanism or the eyes or the ears. These ones, the ears are more sturdy. I haven't heard many stories of the ears of these actually coming off, although they do. But it's more likely that if you yank on it and the ear comes off, then that's more likely to happen than if you drop it. It's likely if you drop that, it might mess it up inside and it might be able to be corrected with a restart, but it's unlikely things will snap off it. I mean, it's unlikely things will snap off any of them apart from the ears of the Furby Connect, because the Furby Connect, apparently its ears were kind of, they were prone to getting broken because they kind of stick out quite far and they're quite flappy. If you drop a Furby Connect, again, it's round, so it'll probably roll. I'm not sure about how sturdy it is on the inside, but most Furbies are made with, like, the body of the Furby is kind of like a shell, and everything else is housed within that shell. So instead of all the little moving parts being on the outside, they are within this plastic shell. So that, it helps again. Now, they're obviously made with children in mind. Children drop stuff. And I think that, like I said, these ones I've seen pushed around and thrown about more, and they seem to fare a bit better. Those ones, the ears break off them. And these ones here, like I said, older, so they're more likely to be more badly damaged. But it all depends on the force of the throw and everything else. There's a lot of factors that go into it. It might mess up, like circuit board. Some soldering might break, you know, be jarred. And so the Furby will start speaking gibberish. It might not be able to be fixed. If you stood there and just dropped it, it's less likely to be damaged. If you stood there and chucked it at the ground, then more damage will happen because there's more force. So at the end of the day, basically just try not to drop them as you would with anything, because, you know, these things break. Other than that, that's pretty much what I assume would happen. And like I said, I've not really seen that many Furbies be dropped, because I know people make videos of things like that, but it doesn't really interest me. I like to look after my things and always have, even when I was a kid, so basically I've never dropped a Furby. And I'm not sure if a Furby's ever fallen off. I think one of my Furbies did fall off. Or he moved. I think he may have moved. But he didn't really move much. And then later on, and he didn't wake up either. And then later on, and this was a 90s Furby, later on in the evening, it must have been like 6 hours later, he suddenly woke up while I was watching trailers for horror movies on YouTube. And that is my scariest Furby experience, because he's like, you know, yawning and stuff, and saying about, you know, good morning and everything. And yeah, it gave me quite a small scare. But I hope this video has been helpful. Like I said, the best thing is just don't drop them. But if you do drop them, they've got a fair chance of being okay, unless it's from a great height or with force. Anyway, if you want to see more Furby videos, feel free to click either of the boxes down below. If you want, you can check out my Etsy New Monday stores. They are linked in the description. I have a few more things for sale, and I take commissions and make artwork. Or if you enjoy what I do, you can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi. Every tip helps. So stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silverwolf signing off.